Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. I got some very disturbing news for the United States of America. It seems like it's going to have some problems in Central America, where Russian troops will be allowed to be deployed, contrary to its objections. So, let's get on it. This is an article coming from Fox News, and it's from today, June 16th, 2022. This is the title. Nicaragua approves Russian troop access to country, defies U.S. objection. I know you can object, but it doesn't mean that your objection will just stop the process. But that's what they hoped. So let's see what's going on here. Nicaragua approved Russian forces to train within its borders and conduct military drills with the Nicaraguan army just after the U.S. imposed fresh sanctions on officials from the Central American nation. What do you want? What do you want? Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega renewed the order which the National Assembly approved. The decree applies to troops and military equipment from Russia. Troops and military equipment from Russia, as well as the US and several Latin American countries to enter the country and participate in an exchange of experience, training exercises, and humanitarian aid operations. End quote. The US objected to the renewal in light of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, but officials expected that to do little to deter Ortega's decision. And I'm quoting, "We consider this a provocation by the Nicaraguan regime." Brian Nichols, the head of Western Hemisphere affairs at the State Department, was quoted at the Summit of Americas in Los Angeles. "We consider this as a provocation that a sovereign country allows another sovereign country to have troops over there, allowing you to do maneuvers, trains, but here is the catch. They allow the Russian troops and also military equipment. Now, you see, United States pretends to be a free country, likes freedom. We live here in the free world. But it's not free world. It's free world as much as they allowed everybody else to be free. Nicaragua is not free, is it? You imposed sanctions on Nicaragua for whatever reasons, and now you ask them not to do something? What do you mean? What is that? Well, nevertheless, Ortega did not give a damn, so then they considered a provocation. What about, how would you consider if you would be a Russian when you have NATO coming closer to your borders? How would you consider having rockets deployed close to you, like in Romania and Poland? Very close to you. Closer than Nicaragua to the United States. Nicaragua is about, from Miami, I looked, about 500 miles at the most. 500 miles from Nicaragua, straight line to Miami. Now from Romania, across the Black Sea, it's not no more than 100 miles maybe 150. Now I'm talking about the territory of Russia. I'm not talking about a capital or something. That's why I said Nicaragua, Miami. I didn't say Nicaragua, Washington, D.C. As I don't say here Moscow, Romania. And Poland just have to go again, over Ukraine or Belarus, and you're in Russia, close, straight to Moscow. And these guys consider that as a provocation. They didn't deploy anything. They didn't deploy any rockets, any missiles, any nothing. It's just they say that they could bring military equipment, and it's a provocation. But the Russians should not have considered Ukraine becoming part of NATO a provocation. No, whatsoever. Can you tell me why? Is it because, oh, I think I got the answer. It's because Russia is bad. That's why. And it deserves all that. And the other side is all good. Is it? The Assembly approved the measure on Tuesday after the U.S. sanctioned 93 Nicaraguan officials. So the U.S. sanctions some Nicaraguan officials, 93 of them. And then this guy said, you know what? You hit us? Okay, well, what do you want? I mean, it's unbelievable. So this is what some countries in the West are not used to, be punched back. That's what Russia does, for instance, when they do countermeasures regarding the West with gas and oil, for instance. They're not used to that. They're used to Saddam Hussein, Libya, Afghanistan, these kind of countries. No, not something that can hit back. Here, they thought, okay, we're going to sanction 93, among other sanctions. This is not the only sanctions the United States has on Nicaragua. And Nicaragua dared to do something. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. You can't punch back. You can't pinch back. We can punch you, but you can't even pinch us. Why? Because you're bad and we're good. So the measure will allow 230 Russian troops to enter Nicaragua beginning in July. That's what? That's about 15 days. 14 days? Oh my, okay, you're in trouble. So 230 Russian troops to enter Nicaragua beginning in July and lasting through the end of the year to patrol the Pacific along with the Nicaraguan army, according to the report by Reuters. Oh my, that's not good. The people of Nicaragua will be the ones that most suffer from this new impasse, he added. That's a piece of something. But I don't think so. Surely not inviting Ortega to the summit for the Americas turned out to be the right call. I think that if they would have invited him over there and they would have not placed sanctions on those guys, I think this would not have happened. Because if you show a little bit of benevolence, maybe you receive something back. But it didn't show anything. I don't remember America showing Nicaragua a lot of it, but they showed a lot of this, right? If I remember correctly, Nicaragua. So, despite U.S. and international sanctions, Ortega continues to hail his rule as an outcome of democratic representation, torturing and jailing anyone who dares stand in his path. Leon. So, okay, this Leon then, we got this gentleman who is probably a piece of, who's waiting to, let me find who this Leon is. Okay, Director for Central, okay, Roberto Salinas Leon, Director for the Center for Latin America at the Atlas Network. Okay, okay, you're with them, not with your fellow Latinos, or how do you say it? I'm not going to go into that, nevertheless. They consider it as being defiant, Nicaragua, because it dared to be independent. I thought that Ukraine is independent and we should respect its sovereignty and the decisions. But remember, Ukraine was not a perfect country and still isn't. There's no perfect country on this planet. So then if we are trying to follow our paths and live our lives the way we thought best, the same country is an entity. You come from outside and you tell them to do this and that. They can tell you a lot of things about other countries. But what do you want? It's just, well, if we're going to have troops over there, we're going to have military installations, Russian ones. We'll see what's happening. Is United States going to bomb Nicaragua? I haven't heard of any American being killed in Nicaragua by the Nicaraguan army. Did you? No. Oh, it's just because you feel threatened? Oh, so the Russians, if United States attacks Nicaragua, militarily, is not something. Because of this threat, that means that Russia would have been entitled to attack Romania and Poland for putting installation, American installation, not NATO, American, because there's no, I don't know, Croatian or Bulgarian installation in Romania. It's American. So, by the same logic, no, everything comes down to this. We are stronger, you are weaker, and we tell who's a good person and who's not a good person. And according to that, we give you a little list of things you should do. And if you do not do those, you don't follow that list and do what we tell you to do, then you're a bad dude. And when you're a bad dude, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play sanctions. We're going to blackmail you. We might do a little, regime change and other things to help people, or maybe someone in your country invites us over, so we have to come. We cannot, refuse the invitation. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.